Manchester City for the first time since he passed to him in that season under Sir Alex Ferguson 10 years ago. Lots more from Ryan and Michael to come, plus all the reaction from Old Trafford on a very good day for the red half of the city. They're now 10 unbeaten as well, as they've done their neighbours by 2-0.
But we have to keep going. Goalkeeper, so you sort of give yourself half a chance because they're obviously rushing, and you get there before Mendy, so obviously it was such a beautiful feeling in front of our fans in like the last 9 minutes. So at Old Trafford is special, but these games, your Liverpools, your Arsenals, your Man Cities, credit to all these fans through the thick and the thin of this football club. They're there every week, and it's a real credit. No, it's beautiful.
Is there a newfound resilience, a newfound belief about Manchester United right now?
Of fourth place as well.
We play a good game, so the schedule we know. So Liverpool is far away, and we have to play the game for ourselves. For we thought about today, and we did it.
Okay, Pep, thank you.
You're very welcome.
And off he goes. So he thought they played good, Nigel.
Yeah, in his mind, he always plays good. The position side, the dressing room. So credit to him to always and back his team up. But what I said before, it was kind of flat. We didn't really see the real City today. And you got a couple of days to recover and go on to the next game.
When you look at the 2 goals through Ederson's eyes, as we've said, it's very uncharacteristic of him.
It is. But I mean, he's also a human being. He's not a machine. Everybody makes mistakes. We all professional players, so we all make mistakes. And the first one was a big mistake for him. And that happens. And that's what what Guardiola tried to say as well. It happens. He's a human being, and they have to go roll on to the next one. But it doesn't do to the fact that City make these mistakes or Ederson make these mistakes due to the fact that United was not playing bad. You got to give credit where credit is due, and United played very well today as a team, compact, and they were going for the win, and they deserved to win today.
And that was quick thinking as well for that goal, wasn't it?
It was quick thinking, very quick thinking. But did you see also as a player as Fernandes what kind of impact he has in this team? He's such a creative player, and this is what United was missing for the last couple of years. You could hear it in the stands as well. They were cheering him on every time you hear his name when he had the ball. So he's so important for this squad right now.
And here he's just trying to get things going late on, searching for an equaliser.
Yeah, exactly. City was searching for an equaliser, but then this happens as well. I mean, what I said, it was not the best game that Ederson had. It was a great finish by McTominay, and I think he will be very pleased. He scored his goal against the Rivals after a long spell of an injury.
Yeah, it was a super finish as well from Scott McTominay.
Yeah, great finish. Last minute goal. I think Michael can tell you a little bit about it, how it feels like to score a winning goal in the derby.
Yeah, same end, but as we just mentioned, Scott did it just 32 seconds later, and that's what it means to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I just wonder there, the question that was asked to Pep Guardiola, I'll ask you, because City in a league are so used to being up there, challenging, as we were saying, taken to the last day last season, and they're so far behind, and they're still in 2 cup competitions, does that, even on Derby Day, to slightly take the edge in a player's mind?
I don't know. Of course, I can't speak for his players himself. Every player is his own individual mind. But as far as it was for me, I always played to win. It doesn't matter what kind of game it was, especially the games against your biggest rival. So it could be. I don't know how that is, but Guardiola knows that there are 2 competitions to. That left, so they're having some issues. But Fernandinho is there. That Guardiola got a lot of trust in him, so we'll see how it goes.
Nigel, thank you very much indeed for your contributions today. Great to talk to you.
You're welcome. See you guys.
The Manchester City title winner, Nigel de Jong. Let's have a look at those goals again. And as he said, you know exactly what Scott McTominay was feeling in a Manchester derby in front of the Stretford end.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great moment for him. I thought Igalo, look at the strength and awareness. I I like him, I must admit. I think he's a great alternative. And I get what the goalkeeper here is trying to do. You know, they're 1-0 down. I mean, hats off to McTominay in a way, because he could have easily just sat in midfield, get behind the ball, make sure we don't take any risks. But he anticipates it. He leaves his position.
Yeah, look where he is there, McTominay. You know, he's... He's pretty deep, and he's actually not sat back. He's got on the front foot, and look where...
Exquisite finish as well, wasn't it?
Just about to ask you. It's not easy, is it?
Right in the middle of the goal. I mean, you could have had a goal about 2 foot wide there, and he still would have knocked it in. Brilliant.
And one of the big plus points, Scott McTominay for United.
Yeah, and it just shows that the place United are in at the moment, he couldn't even get into the starting lineup because he has been the player who consistently has been very good this year. Obviously, he's just coming back from an injury, but he performed well last week. So actually, for Ollie to leave him out was a big call because he is a player that gives you everything. He's got that. That physique, which adds to that midfield. He can get forward, he can tackle. So it just shows...
Agree. No, it was... I mean, to start with, was it a free kick? I think we both agree on that.
In the derby. Let's get straight to the goal. But before the goal, the awarding of the free kick that Manchester City were unhappy about it. Do they have any case at all, Ryan?
Yeah, it was soft. It was a soft...
Said through gritted teeth.
The neutral view.
Yeah, it was a soft. But you see it all the time. You know, the player, Fernandes makes the most of it. He's gone through the back of him a little bit, but yeah, he's bought the foul there.
And you can tell, can't you, the reaction of the City players. There was 2 players booked, one immediately, then one straight after the goal, remonstrating. So I think it was soft as well. I agree with Ryan. I don't think it was a free kick.
But what any manager would say is when the free kick's been given, they have to defend it better.
Yeah, they do. And here's the debate, you know, whether this is a training ground move or Martial and Bruno Fernandes has decided on the setup of City, can we try this? I would lean towards training ground.
And I would lean towards this is instinctive. I don't. If you look at Martial here, he's looking. So already they know what they're doing. Because if I just run it on slowly, you can see between them, Martial's still looking and he knows what's going to happen. Now Fernandes, he does a decoy point now, and he still hasn't made eye contact. So he's definitely they know what's going on. And now he does almost a decoy point, because as he's doing it, he's got no intention, and bang. There's definitely something gone on there between them. No question at all. What a brilliant finish. What a brilliant free kick. But the question is, have they done it on the training ground? Ryan thinks yes. I think they've probably just noticed it there and then. And the
question is, can Ederson do better?
Oh, most certainly. I mean, he dives over the ball. I mean... that is a hard skill to get, such good contact off Martial, coming over your shoulder, a volley, the pressure, big game. So to get that much power on target, first of all, is brilliant from Martial, but the goalkeeper, especially one of Ederson's quality, should save it.
Don't see that often from Ederson.
No, you don't. It was a mistake, definitely. But I agree with Ryan. We'll just see it again here. It is the hardest skill in the book. The ball coming over your shoulder and hitting it well. When I look at it carefully, I'm not sure whether it almost just hits his shin before it hits his foot. But the hard thing is keeping it down. Again, we see the sort of the deception between them. They're almost trying to totally take the Manchester City players.
That's what goal scorers do. They hit it in the shin and it goes in the corner. Mo knows all about that.
If you hit these well, then they normally go just over the bar, right down the middle. So you've got to hit them slightly off middle. But great finish, great goal, great improvisation. And I didn't see it coming, I must admit, because I thought Manchester City were the better side to start with.
Perhaps Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's reaction gave you a clue as to whether he'd worked out on the training ground.
Yeah, no, I think when you see them both set up, you can see, OK, they've seen this and let's try it. But I just think, why is Martial not in the box? And yeah, with Ole's reaction, it looks like, yeah, maybe that's something that they've identified a weakness in the City team.
OK, Fred got a yellow card. You've seen it 2 or 3 times. Was it a yellow card? Was it a penalty?
Well, I think he's played for it. I think that's the first thing to say. The leg was there, so he's given him excuse. He's come in there, hasn't he, Otamendi, and he's made the challenge. I think Fred's played for it. It's one of those, I mean, we hear all the time, you know, and we see all the time, there is a slight contact. Does that bring him down enough to give a penalty? I probably side with not. I think it's harsh to book him because there was definite contact there. I mean, I think you can give it, and I don't blame the referee for not giving it. I think it's a total 50-50.
I thought at the time it wasn't a dive and it wasn't a foul. But looking back, I mean, I think if he does give it, VAR is not overturning it because there is contact. But it's very hard for Mike Dean to see that. But I didn't think it was a foul at the time or a booking. But looking closely, there is a bit of contact.
OK, one of the many talking points from that first half. The second to come, and Pep Guardiola, remember, with 3 league